Jackson, congratulations, welcome to the team.
Thank you.
That's what we're saying, because a new signing.
Yeah.
Another one of these Blackpool boys that we've got, because September the 10th, you make your return to the ring, your VIP debut, and when I say return to the ring, nearly 4 years, mate, since you last fought.
Yeah, long time. But I'm good. I feel good. Don't feel like I've missed out on anything.
Right, well, I'll tell you, I filmed your last fight. It was on a Frank Duffy show at Cole. And what I remember more than anything about the fight is your crazy fans. Because they didn't stop chanting all the way through it. Jack Hour, it's on the back of your, back of your t-shirt. And they made some noise for you. And they must have travelled, what, it was about 50 miles from Blackpool to Cole?
Yeah. One reason I'm glad, like, I've always had like a good following. My first fight was a lot more there, and that's what I mean, good. And you need that when you first start off, don't you? You can't.
Well, it's what gives you opportunity. The more tickets you sell, it's a popularity contest.
And every one of them, they're loud, so that's what I need. You know, when you get behind me, and it's good. And later on in them bigger fights.
Well, let's go back. First of all, amateur experience. Did you have many amateur fights?
I had 20 amateur fights.
And who was that for? What amateur club?
Blackpool, Kingscote, and Kirkham ABC.
Oh right,
yeah. But even then, like, I was on and off. Like,
but football was.
I'd still did both.
Your first sport. So you did simultaneously then, did you?
Yeah, football was my first love. I always played football, and then as a kid, I was a bit of a little shit, and just like temporary stuff like that. My dad took me there when I was 10 to Kingscote to Anthony Moran, and it kind of just helped you a bit. And yeah, I loved it. And then I think my first season, I was like a national semi-finalist. Boxed Corey O'Regan, was 1-0.
Corey's another VIP fighter.
I think it was 1-0 through 3 rounds, and never broke my heart. But even little stuff like that, that's one reason why I started it, because amateur used to you get robbed a lot, and I used to really.
Well, listen, I don't even say it's being robbed in amateur boxing, because when you get two good kids, when you get 2 good kids, how do you split them over 3 rounds?
Yeah.
Very, very hard. Very hard. You know what I mean? It's. Like you say, it's what you like sometimes, and you know, amateur boxing and pro boxing are 2 very different sports. So, do you feel? Because I remember you put a little smile on my face when I watched you, because you're quite an aggressive fighter.
Yeah.
So, do you think the pro game would suit you?
Yeah, I like it a lot more.
The amateurs?
Yeah, I like it a lot more, and I enjoy it a lot more. I feel like you can more showcase it, and I think there's just so much more to learn, and it's all like I love it. I love doing it, and I feel like. Pros and cons to me is like I feel like I can go forward, but on my back foot as well I'm good, like counter and my head movement, that's always been like one of my good things, and just the cons just to try and know when to pick my shots. And
well, we've got to go back again and find out a few more things about, because obviously you're new to us and we've not done any interviews, so we need to let everyone know a little bit more about you. Blackpool boy, but you, same with your stablemate in Hannah. You've moved down to Manchester to be closer to the gym where you're training with Arnie down here. How's that going, and how long have you been here?
It's alright, I've been here about 3 months, but it's where I live is a bit like Shameless, so you're not getting much sleep. No, it's alright, it's good. The only thing about it is sleeping, getting up, training and eating. Right, that's
and it's full time for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, full time, every week. I go home to work on Fridays, Saturdays, and then I come back on the Sunday.
What do you do at weekend then?
DJing.
Oh yeah.
Music, yeah, I've only just started that, but that just keeps me going over. It's nothing special.
And is that back in Blackpool then you do DJ?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Grosvenor Casino.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's easy. It's full of old ladies anyway. There's nothing special there for me.
Well, isn't that gonna be good for your profile? You're gonna get all the people.
Yeah. Well,
to watch it.
Sponsors. They're gonna sponsor me, so I'm glad.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. So I've got myself in there. It's good.
And how old are you now?
26.
26.
Yeah, but I think by the time I fight, I'll be 27.
So why was a 4-year break then? I know COVID was part of that, but you stopped boxing. I think when I filmed you was it October or was it July 2018?
It was July 2019. That's where.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was 2018.
Oh no, I had my last fight in October 2018.
Yeah.
And then following that year, in January, I had an ankle operation, so I couldn't run any or whatever for 3 months. At the start, at the end of January, and as in like March. I'm shitting my days once of the year. And then it got to like July and then June, and then just by the time everything was coming, like everything just gone. Like I didn't really. Scotty had his fight, obviously didn't go the way he wanted, and then I just felt like I lost contact, and then I kind of wanted to change, and I just didn't really know who to go to or to speak to, and then.
So what was your connection with Hannah? Did you speak to Hannah and she tell you to come down here?
Yeah. Well, that was back then, and yeah, Hannah told me to come here. I spoke to her. I spoke to her about obviously Arnie stuff, and he puts everything into it, and he's here full time, and he's experiencing that, so. I wanted it.
It's good atmosphere in a way.
Yeah, it's good. That's what I mean. It's a laugh. It's not just like you come and train. It's good.
And it's really clean.
Yeah, it is.
It's got to be the cleanest gym. Certainly, no, it's the cleanest gym in Britain. It's got to be. he's OCD, isn't he?
He is. I love it, but there we go. Like I said, it sets a standard. Cognitive discipline, and it's good. It's clean. I love it. He just always calls me thick as fuck, but I'm not. He says I forget the combo.
And how are you finding that? Have you found that, this little bit of a break? Have you found a new love for this sport? And do you feel like you're better now?
Yeah.
Sometimes things can get rushed and you don't have time to let things settle in and sink in properly, from the pro game to the amateur game, 2 different sports. But, what, 3-4 months did you say? Is it all falling into place, and do you feel like you will be a better fighter than you were when you had your last fight?
Yeah, 100%. I'm learning stuff now even that I've not done before, and it's more everything from start to finish. Like getting sponsors, like money wise, I struggled last time. There's nothing there. Like this time, everything is just falling into place. So sponsors, everything's just going. Like a manager, a good manager, and everything's just set up properly. Blackpool. That's all.
How did you get in touch with Steve, and how did that come about?
It was through. Obviously, he's mentioned it here.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple of managers I spoke to, and obviously I fought with Blackpool, and obviously that coming along good. That it'd be good to get with Steve, and obviously Steve's well known, and I don't have to say much more.
Well, the good thing about it, we try and build like the 2 kids that are going to be on the show with Tyrone Bowen Price and Jacob Rose, both very young, good young lads, and we're trying to build that. We're trying to bring back the days when we had Jack Armfield and Brian Rose there, and like I just said in the interview with Hannah, some atmosphere in there. When that place is banging with the gardens, it is absolutely brilliant. It's one of my favourite venues, and we have some good venues, but that is up there with the best.
I can't wait for it, honest to God. And it excites me, which shows, the hardest bit is the training.
Well, another good thing about this show is I believe we've got a Fury making his debut, a kid called Roman Fury, who's Tommy's big brother and little brother to Tyson.
That's class, that, isn't it?
Yeah, and I believe the Tyson clan's going to be down there.
That was good. Do you know what I think, because I remember, I think it was Scotty or Joe Carter that spoke to, but his dad was there, Peters was there for my debut.
Yeah.
I'll see if he remembers me on that. That's when I know if I'm good enough on that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Well, I remember you. Well, you did something right.
Yeah. That's good to know.
Well, like I say, I'm looking forward to this show. I think it's going to be a great show. I'll probably try and catch up with you a little bit closer to time. We're not sure of opponents. We have got someone penciled down. I think it's Fons Alexander, which is a great opponent for returning, certainly for your third fight. Great test for anyone.
I didn't know that.
But it's 6 weeks from now, so anything can happen. Anything can happen.
I train, I get fit, I'm not bothered to do a fight, honest to God. Just as long as I'm ready, I'm not bothered, I don't back myself, so.
So are you fairly easy to go, do you suffer nerves or
do you know what? As an amateur, I used to hate it. I used to hate the nerves stuff like that. But since I'm older and stuff like that now, I just think I'm a lot more like I don't care. I get nervous stuff like that, but like waking up, I'm just like I can't wait. Like here, I'm choosing my ring walk and everything that I'm doing, and well, that like how.
What are you coming into?
I'm telling you, you got to wait.
Got to buy a ticket.
Yeah, you got to buy a ticket and I'll show you. But nah. But even with that, like I want to do more than just be like a plain sailing fight. I want more to it and more entertainment to it.
I bet you remix it your own little walking track, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, like I say, I'm looking forward to it, mate, and I think it should be a top night. We've got a couple of kids making a debut. Certainly, we've got you and Hannah making your VIP debuts. Roman Fury making his debut. We've got a very good, talented lad called Brandon Dior, who hopefully is going to be coming up there. So it should be a packed night and a good night for everyone. And let's see, Roman Fury on there.
It'll be a good show. It'll be class.
Well, like I said, the thing what your target should be is to make everyone go home talking about you, and if you can do that, that's a great success.
I'll make sure. I'll try my best.
Jackson, you take care. I'll see you on the 10th of September, and hopefully I'll be saying win number 3.
Yeah, Pat, cheers, I appreciate it.
Take care.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.